Hi, my name is Kathy Wade. I'm co-founder and CEO of Learning Through Art Incorporated, and we are happy to present to you Books Alive for Kids. Today, we're going to discuss our next selection in our Books Alive for Kids series, Last Stop on Market Street by Matt De La Pena and pictures by Kristen Robinson. We are very happy to do this book because it gives us an opportunity to incorporate a theme about transportation, how we travel, where we travel, and what happens when we travel. This particular book box is set up the same way as all of our book boxes. When you get a book box from Learning Through Art Incorporated, it contains all the material that you're going to need in order to be able to do this program in your classroom or with your organization or your group. The book boxes are also, material from our books boxes are also available in our backpacks, as you well know. Now let's take a look at what's inside of our book box. All of our book boxes always come with a study guide for classroom use, and all study guides are aligned to the Common Core. You'll also get your vocabulary strips or the vocabulary words which are pulled from the book. You'll get an O-ring so that you can create your ring of words, and then you'll get enough craft materials for 24 students in your classroom. Everything is contained in the box, and the only thing that you'll have to provide are crayons and some glue. And that's all you should need. So let's start first with our study guide. And when you open the study guide on page 3, you'll always find the themes and the content material and how it aligns to the Common Core. It's broken out for you so that it's very simple for you to understand and be able to implement into the other curriculum topics in your classroom. The next page will always list the materials that you will find in the book box, which I've just gone over, and it also indicates what you will need to provide. We give you a classroom management tool. We are still using the AGO, EMMY. AGO means are you ready to listen, which is what you say, and you teach your students the word EMMY, which means yes, I am ready to listen, and then they must fall silent. These are 2 words from Africa, from the Swahili language. There's always a book note from the author that we've included, and then we'll move into the reading session. Now this program is done in 6 weeks. Weeks 1 through 5 is the time that you take to implement all the activities in the study guide. Week 6, we will come in with the Children's Theater of Cincinnati if you're in the local area, and they will provide the performance. Let's take a look at session 1. Session 1 is our reading session, and we always want to start this with a pre-assessment. Why do we do a pre-assessment? Because we want you, the teacher, to be able to know where your students are before you start the book, what they already know, what you may find out that you may discover in terms of what they may know. So we have the pre-assessment questions, and then we have our pre-reading discussion. Those are questions that will help to set the story up so that the children will become engaged into the story as quickly as possible. Once you've done that, and that's over weeks 1 and weeks 2, and then we recommend for weeks 3 and 4 that you actually read the book. Reading the book or either telling the book. We find the more that you read any of our books, you'll find that your students will be able to then tell you the story simply by just turning the pages. Once you've done the reading activity, we want you to always be able to take an assessment of where your students are so that without waiting, you know if your students are catching on to the material that you're providing for them through this particular book, Last Stop on Market Street. So, once you've done the reading, then you have that 5th week where you can do your post-assessment. Now, we recommend that throughout the entire 5 weeks that you're always going back to the post-assessment questions because it gives you a quick measurement of where your students are in utilizing this book and reading the material. We always talk about vocabulary, and vocabulary is probably the most important part about reading, and we like to make sure that we're building the vocabulary of our students. So along with the vocabulary strips that you're going to have here, we have a lesson around vocabulary, and this time we're looking at nouns, verbs, pronouns, contractions, adverbs, adjectives, expressions, and body parts. Those are words that are pulled out of the book that you can actually take, retell the story, build new stories, but whatever you do with it, it is to enrich the vocabulary of your students. We also give you the Dolch words, something that we've been doing for a while now. We like to pull them out of the story because you know and I know that students who do not know their Dolch words are going to have a very difficult time learning to read. So we really want to always isolate our sight words in any of the books that we do in Books Alive for Kids. And that's what you will find at the end of your vocabulary lesson, which is part of session 1, the reading, and that's the Dolch words. Now let's go on to our second session, which is our art craft. Hi, we're back again with our art section, our art session. We're very happy to welcome Nina Parr, our program manager here at Learning Through Art Incorporated, who is truly the creative mind behind these fantastic crafts that we come up with for all of our book boxes. So Nina, tell me, how do we make our craft for Last Stop on Market Street? I'm very excited about this.
Well, to start, I'll show you what our end product is going to look like. And we are going to make a transportation accordion book. So our actual pages will be in an accordion shape. So this is what we're going to end up with. Okay. So I'm going to put this back over here. Okay. But our first step is going to be taking our strips with different modes of transportation on them. Mm-hmm. Each classroom gets 24 strips, one for each child. And the first thing you're going to want to do is trace the words on the bottom of each of the squares on this strip.
I like it.
And as you can see, we kind of jumped ahead and made some already finished for us.
Love it.
So if you need to pause the video while you're making your craft example, feel free to do that now. But you can see that we have traced the words and we have drawn a picture of each of the words and colored each of the pictures. So this is what the strip should look like before we start folding it into the accordion shape.
Okay, like it.
So now we can go ahead and do the folds. Okay. The first fold you're going to do, if you have the car picture facing you, you're going to fold the car picture over the bus picture. Okay. That'll be your first fold.
And I'm folding it on the line.
You can fold right on the black line.
Love it.
And then you can turn over and fold the opposite way. So
once again, following the line.
Yeah, always fold on the line or as close to it as you can. And we're just going to keep folding all the way down the strip in opposite directions. So that when you're finished, you have an accordion.
This is very fascinating. I love this.
And once you have your accordion, you can kind of set that aside.
Okay. There we go. How cool is that?
And we have these sheets for your students, and each student will get one of these sheets. We have a car front and a car rear. Each child will get their own. And we have ours already colored and cut out, but go ahead and color your cars and cut them out. And then we'll also give you red jewels and gold jewels. And these will be our headlights and our taillights. So they are self-adhesive. You can just peel it off the sheet and stick it right on your headlight. That'll be on the front of your car.
Now, what if I decide I want to do a different color? Is that okay? If I put
Well, the red, we can use the different color on the back of the car because that is the car rear and taillights are red.
Okay, so there's a reason why we're using the red in the back.
Yes.
And the yellow in the front.
So yellow or gold will go on the front, red will go on the back.
Okay.
And then we have our car front and car rear, which will also serve as our book cover and back cover.
Love it. Now tell me about the license plate.
You can also personalize your license plate. You can write your name on there, you can write a word on there, whatever you want your license plate to say.
Isn't that cool? I have my lights on and I happen to be Diva KW.
And my license plate is Read 123.
I love it.
So we have all of the elements that we need. Now we just need to put them together.
Okay.
So this is when you might need to pause the tape a couple times just to make sure you're following along, but you're going to need a glue stick.
All right. And is there a reason, do I want to use glue stick or wet glue?
Either will work. I just find glue stick and paper is probably the most convenient for everyone.
Great.
But the first thing you're going to do is put some glue on the back of your strip right behind the car picture.
Behind the car picture. So can I lay it flat and do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll
and
bounce
do I
back.
want to do it all the way around or just one
You
little
don't need
dot?
it all the way around, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then you're going to take your car front,
My car front.
lay it face down,
Lay it face down.
and glue that car picture on the strip right to the back of it.
Should it be centered?
It should be centered, yes.
Okay. Got it. There we go.
Then you're going to do the same thing. Actually, an easy way to do this is to just scrunch this accordion down.
Love it.
Put the glue on the back of the truck picture. You take your car rear
Uh-huh.
and place it right over top of that.
Oh, so it's actually laying flat.
Yeah, you can line it up with the page
with the
that's
page
already
that's
facing
already
down.
there. This is such a great math exercise as
And then you
well.
have your accordion book.
I love it. Wow. That
That's
is so cool.
That's all there is to it.
Wow. Now I feel like I'm really ready to go driving for my last stop on Market Street. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you.
Well, we want to thank Nina Parr, who is absolutely outstanding when it comes to our crafts. And I'm sure that your children are going to thoroughly enjoy making their accordion books with all of the modes of transportation as we explore the last stop on Market Street. Now, in session 3, before we get to our performance, we just want to point out to you some additional information that's in our study guide. You'll find our extended activities, which are based on the content standards, and they're broken out in each curriculum area. And if you go through that list, you'll find all kinds of exciting opportunities and activities for you to do with your students in your classroom, during the time that you're doing this book, and even after you finish doing this book, because there's so much great material in here, from language to music to geography to social emotional and to science. It's all spelled out for you and very easy to adapt into your classroom curriculum. We always provide a fact sheet about whatever the topic is, and in this particular book, we have a fact sheet for the last stop on Market Street, which looks at all types of modes of transportation. And then our third session, which will come to you in week 6, is the performance by the Children's Theater of Cincinnati Workshop Division. They're going to provide us with an interactive workshop activity, once again emphasizing modes of transportation and how we travel. We think it'll be very exciting and that you will thoroughly enjoy it. If you have any questions or if there's other information that you're looking for, I do want to remind you that we have our resource center available online. You simply have to go to our website, learningthroughart.com, click on the resource center and set up your account. And you'll be able to go in and find all kinds of information. Anything that we can't get into the book box, we put into the resource center for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to take an opportunity to send us an email. You can send an email directly to Nina at nina@lartinc.com, or feel free to give us a call at 513-242-6028 extension 1, and you'll get Nina. Thank you so much for watching our training. We hope that you've enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you for our next book. My name is Kathy Wade, and thank you for joining us for Books Alive for Kids online training for Last Stop on Market Street.